rejoicing with you in victories, to love, to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
These are the magical words that every couple longs to hear and to say as they tie the knot in the presence of family and friends. But sometimes the wedding day happiness comes at a huge cost. Sometimes the bills running way beyond the newlyweds' means. A decent wedding being generally an expensive undertaking, from clothes to the decor, all the way to feeding the guests. But does a good wedding have to be necessarily expensive?
I think it's dependent on the financial capability of the couple, number one. And number two, how long they have to plan, because the longer they have, the more time you have to be able to negotiate on discounts and to be able to find a suitable venue for yourself, as opposed to if you come in and you want us to plan a wedding for you for a month, then you'll probably incur very high costs.
A religious wedding is for many the preferred route to beginning a family. But that often means attracting many people and inevitably having more mouths to feed and therefore a bigger budget. Perhaps the reason why most people are now resorting to restricting the number of those invited by having a cards-only weddings. Others opt for joint wedding, commonly known as mass weddings, to cut on costs.
Right now, the economic situation might not be the best for the larger part of the population. So people feel by coming together they can be able to save money and still get value for what they're paying for. So that's a major reason why people would come together to do a mass wedding.
According to wedding planner Lucy Kaboy, many couples' obsession with the actual wedding ceremony blind them to a harsh reality. They forget that there is life after that one day's event. As a result, so many couples are having a false start in marriage.
We have a saying in the events industry: there are those who want a wedding and there are those who are ready to get married. So if you're ready to get married, then it ceases to be about the setup and, you know, what color am I using, and you're more interested in the ceremony and in saying I do to the person that you love.
Flashy marriages often leave behind big debts as couples struggle to impress crowds, leaving them struggling after the wedding.
Plan as early as a year. There's no harm in planning early. Then you put money aside every month or however you're able to do it, set your targets and meet them.
With wedding costs on the rise, some couples have now resorted to merging weddings, witnessed in Nakuru recently. According to the groom's father, it would have costed the family more to do individual weddings, but this way they have been able to cut on the cost almost by half.
Ndio tukaona badala ya kufanya ndoa leo, kesho na kesho kutwa ya kila moja, tufanye moja kwa wote.
They say cut your coat according to your cloth. Wedding planners insist that if you have to borrow to buy it, then you do not need it. And it is better to do the kind of wedding you can comfortably afford.
There's life after the wedding. And we'll all come, we'll eat the pilau and we'll dance to the nice music. But after that, it's you who are left with the burden of whatever loans you may have taken. So what we advise as a wedding planning company is to basically plan ahead. If you know you're going to have a wedding 6 months from now, start putting money aside, however little. It will help a lot towards, you know, putting away the expenses.
But after all is said and done, couples should remember that a wedding is a one-day affair, but marriage is a lifetime event. And what matters is not the ceremony, but the life after that glamorous day. Michael